What's happening, people? And once again, welcome back to youtube.com/CubCamTV for this, another edition of CUBREACTS on a very nice and early Monday morning. We're back inside the building, kicking off the day in style as we jump into one of the big new bangers from over the weekend. I hope everyone did have a fantastic weekend. We were lucky enough to hit 62,000 subscribers over that weekend period, so thank you to each and every one of you for getting involved in the channel. Honestly, it's making my day each and every time we look at the subscriber count, and it's entirely down to you guys, so big up each and every one of you. Coming up today, then, we are getting into this one, brand new from Benson, formerly known as Buju. It goes by the name Traboski. Again, this is just an audio clip, but this comes following on from a very successful UK sellout show. So I'm excited to see what he brings to the table. As always, if you are new to the channel, do make sure you are getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right-hand side of the page. Of course, turning notifications on as well, leaving a like, leaving a comment, and all of that good stuff. And without further ado, let's jump right into this one. Let's go. Typically bouncy. Go, Willis. So the immediate thing about this that I'm enjoying is the approach production-wise is very, very breathy. There's a lot of airy pad textures that are taking up a big part of the overall arrangement. You're then coupling that down with some really, really smooth drum maneuvers underneath as well. The whole track just seems to breathe in an entirely different way. You've also got this very smooth approach from Benson, which is literally kind of covering the entire mid and high range vocally, just kind of breathing over the tune. That's kind of how it feels, and it just feels very fluid, very kind of live in the way it's put together. This is great so far.
I do as you do, cause me I don't dare, me I feel good. But if you give me one shot or two, I doubt if I go for more. Traboski, already, party me, shallow me.
Willis is too good, man.
Traboski, already, party me, shallow me.
There's some really cool elements about this that I want to kind of dive into. That kind of use of that metallic, almost over metallicized bassline instrument down below, that sort of sound. Really, really cool. It almost becomes percussive because of how metallic it sounds. That's a really cool kind of just kind of quirky addition. On top of that as well, I'm loving the kind of constantly expanding rhythm. A lot of kind of emphasis on this going on in and around the shakers and other kind of like very subtle percussive instrumentation driving everything forward rhythmically. I really like Benson's vocal on this as well. Like, he has literally just come onto this calm. Like, he's not turned up trying to do some crazy level of melody. He's just allowing the kind of unique texture of his vocal to do the talking for him, which I really like. And again, Willis has provided him with the perfect backdrop, I would say. Saying that, it is super catchy. One time for the babes, I put on the premium flex. I'm also at the flex, if not you, I really like text. And there's a subtle layer of melody in this as well, which is really cool to hear. You've got this it's almost like a kind of chiming sort of sound, which has been woven in and around the percussion. So you've got this kind of dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. This very simple melody, like 2 or 3 notes running throughout the heart of the tune, and it's disguised in and around a lot of the soundscaping and the other kind of percussive instruments in and around it, but it just gives the whole tune this sort of like central kind of melodic point, and then you hear kind of Benson almost riffing around it. So again, it's a really cool piece of subtle production technique from young Willis, who is a master at this kind of thing, just adding little elements in, little kind of brushes of colour that bring an instrumental to life, and then when you've got Benson's vocal over the top, it just amplifies that as an idea.
I tell you something you do like, so you know one learn. I know they really like vex. No, yeah, we just want sex. If party don't go, pass the motto, we go fix some tomorrow, gone tomorrow. Don't let no one know, I just want to live here with you. Where we can go, somewhere nice, somewhere nobody know. I see they go. Me, I don't go, and I'm just messing with you.
Even the sort of background elements, you've got those almost like teases of more typical Amapiano ideas. You've got this kind of almost rave siren sound, which is just kind of going just every now and then, and it gives you that kind of feeling of, oh, we're about to get into an Amapiano breakdown. And again, something that young Willis as a producer does really well. Not to make this more about the producer than Benson, I think they're actually 50-50 on this one in turning it into the banger that it is. But I think it's a really cool thing to hear that Willis always does. He's very good at teasing these sort of elements in without kind of steering away from the original idea of the production. And I think it's something that Benson actually manages very well as a vocalist, because he is basically the glue on this tune. His vocal is the thing that ties everything together. His vocal is the thing that gives it that sort of natural sounding energy. And again, when you hear Benson go breathy like this for me is when he's in his bag, when he's just kind of almost semi-enunciating, just very, very subtly, quite a kind of just very nasal in his approach. I think it really works for him, this sort of approach. So another really cool note about his vocal is that underneath you've got that kind of really spicy overdub. Essentially, you've got his vocal and then his vocal layered in again and then his vocal layered in again. It gives it this almost semi-robotic feel, but it also gives it this kind of lift. It gives you a kind of harmony. It's a very unnatural sounding harmony, and that's why our ears always naturally pick it out and our ears go, oh, that sounds a little bit odd, but it still gives it power. And it's not necessarily because it's just because it's not a natural thing for a human ear to hear, is to hear the same vocal and then hear the same vocal layered down underneath it, like pitched down. It's why in a lot of kind of films and things like that, you tend to get like almost like the unnatural voices tend to have different vocal layers, because it's not a thing that humans are used to hearing. It's not a thing we're kind of attuned to kind of take in. But then when you kind of put it into this context and you have the rest of the musicality around it, it really, really works. So again, really cool from Benson.
Traboski, already, body me, shadow me.
And there we go then, this one, Benson, formerly known as Budju, of course, with Traboski. Very, very cool tune indeed. I like the artwork. I like the idea of floating on the bottle with the bottles. There's something quite nice about that as artwork. Again, really cool link up with young Willis, who is on fire at the moment. I've got to say, a couple of bits I heard from him this week have just been explosive. And again, this is another good look at where Benson is taking his sound in 2022. I can't wait to see what he does in 2023. I like his much more nasal style, breathy vocal. And again, this comes off the back of a little bit of Twitter controversy. Like there's obviously a big discussion going on. I try to steer clear of that sort of stuff and focus primarily on the sound, but obviously Benson is kind of in the middle of a lot of the stuff that is going on Twitter right now. But he has just returned from a very, very successful UK show, and this is a tune that goes with that, so that's great to see. Again, I love the production style, that sort of teasing of amapiano flavor from young Willis, and again, Benson's vocal works perfectly as the sonic glue, tying this one all together with a certain sense of smoothness, which I really do enjoy. So there we go. Guys, let me know your thoughts on this one in the comment section down below. And as always, if you are new to the channel, make sure you're getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right-hand side of the page. I know all the other reactors have got on this one already, so I'm sorry for being a little bit slow. I had a very, very busy weekend, as you can probably see from my Instagram story. If you do follow me on Insta, make sure you do. All the links are in the description down below. But that's it from me. Hopefully you have enjoyed. I hope you have a fantastic start to your week, and we shall see you all next time. Peace.
Sounding so good right now. But they're sounding a bright and cold.
Yes, it's Kovu. Stay locked. Cooktown TV.
Boys in warfare right here, and you're locked on to the best breakfast with man like Kovu.
Yo, this is Aaron Glitch and you're tuning to the sounds of Kovu right now. You already know the thing. Bad boy selector. Alright, let's go.